Good morning, this is Sam the Oil Man. We're just gonna do the Rumble results now. I didn't do them yesterday when it actually finished because I was traveling yesterday, so I put up a pre-recorded video of my million coin pull. So check that out if you haven't seen it already, but I'm guessing most of you have. Alright, so matches first. I don't know what happened. We finished at position 989. At least we made the below 1000. That's so fortunate. But if you look here at we've had a loss, a win, and two losses, and that just catapulted us. Like we lost nearly, over 500. What was it? Probably 800 spots after those two losses. And with those two wins, we just could not come back from that. I don't know if we're a victim of sandbagging or we just had terrible luck. But in the end, those losses were our own fault because we just didn't have the participation. The usual story with Wenglish. And we're going to do something about that. Let's go into the guild. I thought I missed a match again, but fortunately I did not. And I topped the guild again. Well done to everyone who came close. And all the new members, well done everyone. Thanks for your participation. We're really getting there. I mean, if you have a look at this, we actually have 31 players with over 10,000 points. And really, 10,000 points means you participated in basically everything. Maybe missed one or two, but like pretty much full participation. And then we've got some lower scores here after that. And if you're a lower level, like 8,000 is sort of another cutoff. I mean, if you're a lower level, then getting 8,000 can be a good achievement, especially in a higher level guild like ours, where most of our matches were against top guilds, except for the first couple and the last couple. I really don't know how that happened, but anyway, we scroll down here a bit further, so we've got about 20 people. Now, some of these people had great participation, but their level was just too low, and they just couldn't get points because when you've got rares and whatnot in your deck, rares or less, and you're fighting quad legendary cards or even mythics, you don't have a chance. And you just don't pull in the points that Wenglish needs. So what are we doing about this? Well, I'll tell you while I go get the reward. So the first thing, we're going to have a bit of a competition within our guild to award a new officer. We're going to look at sort of the next probably 2 rumbles, 3 guild events, because there's probably going to be a siege. Here we are, claim the rewards. Probably going to be a siege. The next 3 guild events, we'll look at levels, participation, and activity in the chats. And we're going to pick a new officer within our guild. So if you want to be a new officer, it's possible. All you have to do is fight every guild and do the best you possibly can. The next thing we're going to do, delete, is we're going to be pretty, what's the word? If you don't participate, well, let's put it this way. If you don't participate and we win, which is unlikely, there's no issues. Especially if you're only missing a match here, a match there. It's not a big deal. But if you're not participating at all, and we don't hit the top 300, if we're like this time, we're a top, just basically we're the top 1,000. then we're going to kick out the bottom 10 people pretty much irregardless. If we don't make top 300, bottom 10 people are gone. So that's number one. You do not want to be in the bottom 10 people. So if you were in the bottom 10 people this time and you kicked out, sorry about that, but that would be the reason. And next, so it was actually one of our guild members that recommended that strategy, and it's a great idea, and all the officers loved it, and that's what I mean about guild and chat participation. So that is exactly what we're looking for in a new officer. You know who you are. You know who you are that recommended that to us. And then what more is there? Oh yeah. So also, if we lose, like really, you need to be having at least 8,000 points. If you have 10,000 points and over, you're safe. We're not going to kick you unless you're the bottom 10 and we lose. If you have 8,000 to 10,000 points, the officers will decide sort of on as need basis. Like if you're a top level player fighting in the SFC and you get 8,500 points, you're probably going to be kicked. But if you're a level 8 player or a level 9 player and you get 8,500 points, that's probably the best you possibly could, and you probably fought every rumble and you'll probably be okay. Unless we lose and you're the bottom 10. So that's our strategy now, and hopefully over these next 3 events, while everyone's competing for that new officer position, hopefully we do better in the next few rumbles and the siege. And the siege, that on that point, that's actually something that I think we're going to do really well, because they're taking our starting positions based on that last rumble score. And since we scored so badly, we're probably not going to be paired against very good guilds in the siege. And we're probably just going to smash them and get all those siege rewards. That's my thought. Yeah, of course we won't know until it happens. But if you want to be a part of that, and you need to have scored top 5. What am I saying? You need to have scored at least 10,000 points in the last rumble, and you need to send your player ID card. I'll show you what I mean by that right now. So, victory. Let's exit this. So what you need to send me... Oh, a crate. Continue. Come on. Here we go. Open the crate. What do we get? Loading. It is the worst crate. But every crate is good. It's the good worst crate. Okay. Here we go. So up in the top left corner, you click on the picture of your character. And this is your player profile. So to invite you into our guild, we need your player ID. Second, also we want to check your legendary and epic count and which level arena you're fighting in and your player levels. So all that sort of stuff, it all sort of adds up. Next, if you go into Rumble, and then if you go into where I just was before, Rumble has already ended, yep. Down the bottom right hand corner, 1, 2, 3, click on that, click on Guild, and take a snapshot of this once it's loaded, because in the top right of that, that's your score, and in the top left, that's your guild score. So for example, if you were in a guild that was, say, number 500, and you scored 10,000 points, you're probably going to get into Wenglish. But if you are in a guild that is perhaps, say, number 30,000, it's probably basically a ghost guild, all your matches would have been easy matches, you could have scored perfect every one, then 10,000 points isn't going to cut it. But that's what I mean. That's why we need to check your guild performance and your player profile. So we're in the process of booting. People making space if you want into Wenglish. You can just drop a comment or let me know. And I'm terribly sorry if that audio was horrible because the microphone may not have been plugged in properly. We'll double check that. Catch you later.